Okay, so we just played Offshore. This is a co-opetition game where you are you're buying these things, and you need these things in order to meet the requirements to start oil fields. So this, for example, needs 2 red hats and a lightning bolt and 5 money in order to build a oil field. And you can either build it by yourself if you get the things that you need, or you can ask one other person to help, and that's where the negotiation kind of comes in. So for example, you can say, okay, if you help me build this, if you, let's say, contribute the $5 that I need, we can share in the benefits, and the other person can either agree or disagree with that, and then you either have to find somebody else or you just don't do it. So let's say that, yeah, you both agree to share your technology, and every time that you do a thing you have to turn over the tile. So for example, these tiles have been turned over and that one's still face up, and in order to use this again you have to flip it, and some of these you can go to flip your tiles and use them again. But yeah, so let's say that 2 people have decided they're going to open an oil field. At that point you're going to drill for oil. So you draw tiles from the bag, and this is kind of a push your luck element, and the different symbols do different things. So for example, that little black thing over there, every black thing next to an oil barrel is how many oil barrels you get. The little green dot right here next to that is the points that you get, and these kind of watch things are what determine if you have a blowout or not. So you can see right here that the max is 3. So if you have more than 3 and you don't have any technology that prevents you from protects against blowouts, then you're going to get a blowout and you don't get any of the benefits. You'll actually only get, you remove the bottom 3 and you only get from them to the top. So there's a push your luck element with the drilling of the oil, and if you're with another person, you're kind of deciding, hey, do we want to keep going or not? And you can spend money to choose between 2 tiles. But yeah, when you drill for oil, you get money, you get oil, you get points, and whoever initiated the oil field is going to get benefits. For example, if you take this and you flip it, that's going to be points that you get at the end of the game. So yeah, there's some temporary alliances in the creation of the oil fields, and then the other action is selling oil. So when you have oil barrels, which you get from drilling for oil, and you also get some of them here from the buying of the tiles, you can sell oil to any oil fields that you have, or export oil from any oil fields that you have, and they give you these little kind of benefits here. So at the start of the game you have a bunch of these white ones that give you better benefits, but those go away, and then these red ones stick around. And so for example, the starting one, you can get 3 money and flip one of your technology tiles. So you are, those are your actions. You're exporting oil, or you're buying technology, or you're creating oil fields, and that's where the emerging alliances happen. Yeah, I like it. It's I like any game with emerging alliances and negotiation and all that cool stuff, and the push your luck element is kind of cool too. So it's a neat little quick game. I think it can be under an hour once you know what you're doing and you're kind of really rolling through it. But yeah, it reminds me a little bit of Greenland from Vlada Hivatil, and Peak Oil is another one that's a little bit similar, but Greenland more so in that you're sharing resources with another player and you're kind of negotiating to see who gets what. But yeah, it's a neat little game from Porta. So that is Offshore.